Back. We have already discussed in our introduction and our other lessons. We've discussed the definition of ointments. We've discussed the history of ointments. We even compared ointments to oils and seen what their properties are and how their properties differ in magical use. And we certainly have looked at the benefits of ointments over oils in magic, particularly in candle magic was our example in our last lessons. So today we're going to go a little bit deeper into not only the types of bases you might want to use for your ointments, we're also going to cover color correspondences as relates to the types of dye or coloring or paint you want to use to change the color of your ointment. Further, we're going to explore oil bases. We'll have a number of oils I want to run through with you on just fragrant oils, just things that will get your mind, the gears of your mind turning. And we'll also look at some of the other type of powdered ingredients and materials that we can use in ointments. And finally, we'll hop in the lab and show you a few things. Well, we started with a few of my favorite ointments that are oils, I should say, that I like to use as a base for my ointment. So one of them is shea butter. Shea butter. It's something you can find in your local cosmetic side of the grocery store sometimes, or of your local department store. You can find shea butter very easily. Shea butter is also known as, in Yoruba, as ori. Interestingly enough, a lot of Yoruba words have double meanings, triple meanings in some cases. And ori not only speaks to the shea butter, you'll figure out why or what shea butter is used for, but it also speaks to one's head, the spiritual center, the seat of one's consciousness, one's awareness, the head. And so shea butter is used to appease the head, to cool the head, to feed the head, and to bring it into alignment in its consciousness. It is to bring balance to your thinking, balance to the path of your destiny and your intentions. So shea butter is very, very good when it comes to uncrossing, to removing evil influences off of one's mind, to break mastery works, works of domination of the mind, influence type works. This gives you a clear head, so to speak, a cool head as well. If an individual is very aggressive, they are often prone to fits and frustrations, fighting and things like this, then a shea butter can be offered to the head to help cool that. So many of our ointments that focus on uncrossing, on unjinxing, on removing hexes and different forms of vexation of an individual, then we might use shea butter. Right. Shea butter also soothes the soul, right? Again, shea butter is also feeding the ori, feeding one's self-determination, feeding one's path of destiny. And so the shea butter helps to smooth that over. It also helps to bring out the inward shine, just like shea butter. If you ever have used shea butter on your skin, you know it definitely brings a glow. It brings a radiance to your skin. In the same way, it will bring a glow and a radiance into your ori. You will project an inward shine, an inward brilliance. You will literally walk into a room and light it up because the ori is strong, the ori is well fed, and your head, again, your spiritual center, your higher self, if you will, is aligned. About coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of my absolute favorite oils as a base. One of the reasons is that coconut oil has a natural white color, which also speaks to its ability to uncross and to remove mild jinxes. Really what it's very good at is opening the roads. Coconut is very good for opening the roads, and any kind of witchcraft, any kind of jinxes that are at work to block the roads, to stop a person's progress, to specifically impede them supernaturally. Coconut oil is very good to overcome that. Coconut oil is the head. Coconut oil literally, the coconut literally looks like a head, a face. In fact, in some places they call it the dread nut because it looks like it's got dreadlocks on it. So this is good to influence someone, to dominate them, to compel them, to command them. Anything that you want to insinuate in a person's mind or you want to affect them mentally with, you can do that through the coconut and the coconut oil. Then another thing that comes to me now as I'm thinking about coconut is coconut is a great all-purpose ointment. Anything that's going to serve to benefit you in the long run, whether it's money work, if it's love work, it's a really good all-purpose ointment on the good side of things. If you're doing something positive, you're working with positive energies and a positive force and intention behind your ritual. Okay, palm oil. Palm oil is next on our list. Palm oil can be used to dress any kind of metal object. Palm oil has a very deep red color that gives a sympathy to blood, but is often used to, instead of blood, is given instead of blood. It can be used to dress swords. It can be used to dress machetes, knives, railroad spikes, iron pots, cauldrons, etc. Anything iron or derivative of iron that normally is used to cut something or slash into the skin and draw blood, red palm oil can be used in its place. Red palm oil also has a very interesting property in that the earth does not drink red palm oil, the saying goes. If you were to melt red palm oil and pour it on the ground, it would stay on the ground. It would not seep into the earth. The earth cannot eat red palm oil, as the old proverb goes. The red palm oil is actually used to weaken, where shea butter is used to strengthen one's ori. Red palm oil is used to weaken. It is used to make something weak and pliable and malleable, easily to influence. So red palm oil is even used to tumble someone's or to knock down someone's guardian angel from their head. It's very, very forceful and very aggressive as an oil base and as an ointment base. So do be aware of that. But when we have someone who has a lot of strong defenses, they're well fortified, they know what they're doing, many times we may use red palm oil to soften and to really weaken those defenses so that we can get our effect across. Cocoa butter. I grew up with cocoa butter, and maybe you did too. Cocoa butter is used for sweetening. When we think about cocoa, we think about chocolate, which is often given during Valentine's Day. Chocolates have been reported as an aphrodisiac. This is what we want to use. We want to draw two people together. We want to sweeten up a relationship. We want to bring some passion into it. We want to bring some understanding back into it. It can work very well for reconciliation work. Any instance where you want to sweeten something and sweeten two people, don't forget about cocoa butter. It is fantastic. Cocaine also comes from cocoa butter, so it has a stimulant effect to it. It also has a addicting effect to it, right? So when we're using cocoa butter, we want that person to be sweetened to us. We want them to be stuck on us like white on rice. So cocoa butter is very, very powerful and also very effective when it comes to sweetening. There are just so many types of oils and oil bases out there that you can look at. Really, any kind of natural oil that is somewhat solid or has a thicker texture to it would work well as an ointment. Again, time would not allow for us to go through each and every one of them, but I will give you a few more. And before I do that, I also want to give you a little bit of homework so you can get into your own discovery of oils. What do you think about mango butter? What do you think about sow butter? There's so many different fruit-based, vegetable-based, organic oils out there that I want you to look into and derive some meaning from, derive some use from those, such as Takuma butter as well. Not only are fruit and vegetable butters used, but also animal butters can be used as well, such as tallow. We have beef tallow, we have sheep tallow. Each of them have their own properties. Think about sheep. What are sheep known for? Sheep are known for being led. Sheep are known for being docile. Sheep are known for being very agreeable and obedient. So when you want to convey those forces upon a work, then you want to use a base of sheep tallow or lamb's tallow. This is very good when you have someone that owes you money, you want them to bring it back to you, someone that you're in a relationship with, and you want them to be sweeter to you and more docile. You want to be in control rather of the relationship. That would be a great base to use. In fact, you can combine, I would combine lamb fat along with a couple of things come to my mind. But with shea butter and with coconut, excuse me, not coconut, but cocoa butter. The other tallow you can use is beef tallow. Now, unlike sheep, which is more docile and more agreeable, beef is the exact opposite, right? This is going to be a lot stronger in force. With beef tallow, beef comes from cattle. Beef is going to come from that family of animals such as the bull, the ox, the cow. What do they have in common? They have force, they have strength, they have the power to plow through and to break down, to charge in. They're very aggressive, very forthright. But they're very good for if you need power, if you need strength, if you need to apply force in a situation to break something down, break something up, charge into something, then the beef is what you want. It's very stubborn, it's hard to move, hard to change, hard to divert. But what the bull does is it charges right in and it dominates, it displays its power very prominently. Animal that you can use in your ointments, which is the pig in lard. The pig can be used for cursing work. If you remember the story of Jesus, where he cast out the demons into the swine, into the pigs, and they all ran off of a cliff. So there is an association with demons and pigs, and using that to affect one's target and to torment them, to really mess their life up with the pig. But pig also can make someone appear uglier than they actually are. You think about pigs, you think something ugly is rolling around in the mud, these kinds of things. So we hex, we jinx, we vex with pig and with lard. Let's not forget about schmaltz. Schmaltz is the fat from the chicken and from geese. These are animals that are long associated with being timid, with being scared, with being easy to kill, to be honest with you. Easy targets. Someone who has a chicken heart has a weak heart. Someone who has a chicken or bird brain, okay, is not particularly intelligent. So all of these powers, all of these principles and virtues that are associated with geese, with chicken, can be applied here as well. Let's get a little bit into using color. Like I said, some ointments are traditionally dyed a certain color. These colors can relate to the spirit that the ointments are consecrated to. These dyes or these colors can also be determined by the type of work, the condition that you are either affecting or trying to change. So white, such as in the case of shea butter or in the case of coconut oil. White, of course, is the color of purity. It's a color of peace, of even spiritual protection as well. Black, its opposite, has the opposite effect. It's for banishing, it's for destroying, it's for breaking down, and it's for cursing, for harming. Red, as you might imagine, is for anything that needs energy, including passion, lust, both physical and sexual drive, strength, courage, even. Orange is one of my favorites to use for road opening work. In other words, opportunity coming to you, attracting opportunity. Yellow is a very stimulating color, and it speaks to mental stimulation. Any area that pertains maybe to you being a student, or you needed to take a test or something like that, an assessment, for example, any of those kinds of things that need the mind to be sharp and acute. Yellow is a great color for that. Yellow is also one of my favorite colors to use in influence type work, which is a form of mastery. Green, money. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Money, abundance, increase, growth, luck are all associated with the color green magically. Blue, calmness, tranquility, peace, psychic ability, wisdom, intuition, dreams. All of these things have a correlation with the color blue. Purple, very similar. Purple is a very strongly dominating color. It is a color of power, of royalty, of authority, but it's also the color of intuition, of psychic ability and psychic skill. It's that prophetic color that's going to give you information that is not privy to the masses. Pink. Pink is somewhere in between white, purity, and red, passion. So right there in the middle, we find platonic relationships, partnerships, friendships, compassion, harmony, romance, but like in the very early stages of romance. Brown is traditionally used in court case work, but it's also used in terms or in using it for animals. Okay. Gold. You can turn your ointments gold. Again, not only is it used in money, but also just in general success and happiness and enlightenment. And silver also has the color, or also is the color of intuition and the color of clairvoyance. All right, I've got a couple of oils I want to go over with you all. I'm just going to pull these out of here, and the first thing that comes to my mind, I'm going to throw at you, okay? So we have bay oil. Of course, this is bay leaf, good for victory, good for luck, good for wish granting, good for money. Orange, of course, is very good for road opening, good for opportunities, great to open up the door. Vanilla, we love vanilla. Vanilla is great to influence someone, to sweeten them up. It's also a good additive in your aphrodisiac kind of sex medicines. This is going to be really good for that. Vanilla. Cinnamon. What is cinnamon not good for? Good for protection, good for money, good for luck, good for also to spice some things up in the bedroom as well. Cinnamon is really good. Cinnamon is an activator also. Ginger. Ginger is a little bit on the milder side when it comes to wanting to heat things up, wanting to make them a little bit more spicy. This can be added into any kind of aggressive working that you're doing along with cinnamon. They balance each other out very well. Bergamot. Bergamot is to dominate. Bergamot is for domination, for controlling, for compelling, for commanding. Allspice, also good when it comes to money, drawing your money to you. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus clears the way. It's great to reinforce any kind of road opening, blockbuster, or uncrossing ointments that you're using. Coconut, we already spoke of earlier. Pomegranate, good for fertility, Also good for prosperity and abundance. You know, there's so many seeds in the pomegranate, so it multiplies everything it comes in contact with. Lily of the valley, great for peace. If there's a lot of strife going on in the home, lily of the valley will be able to soothe that over. Magnolia, when you're ready for an actual committed relationship, when you want to introduce faithfulness, longevity, and marriage into a relationship. Hyssop, cleanse me, O Lord, like hyssop. So it's good for cleansing as well. Verbena, which is lemon, it's good for also for luck. Okay, if you have with some other oils mixed into it, but it definitely is very good for luck. It's good to clean and to strip away. Lotus. Lotus is great to heighten your own psychic ability and your own clairvoyant skills. Rosemary. Rosemary is also a cleaner, a spiritual cleanser. It's also very good for mothers who want to cover their children. It's a protective plant as well, a protective oil. And what I'm saying about the oil obviously also applies to the plant. That's what I'm basing these notes on. For some more common ones you might come in contact with. Patchouli. Patchouli is ruled by Saturn. It brings a strong groundedness to a work, but also it can be used in love work. When you're wanting to, if you're a man, you want to pull a woman, patchouli is a very good herb for men to pull women. Cedarwood for strength. Lemon, of course, is also to cleanse, to purge out. It's very good when in combination with some other plants for road opening as well. Fig is great for fertility, as we mentioned earlier, and to remove the evil eye. Citronella. Citronella is great to keep away the courts, keep away the law, keep away all of these various agencies that want to keep you under their monitor. Citronella is great for that. Lemongrass, we know that lemongrass is a strong stripper, a cleansing agent. Do be a little bit, it is a little bit aggressive, okay? But when combined with things like orange and orange blossom, verbena can work very well to bring your luck back, can work very well to uncross you and to open up the roads for you again.